Hello, my fam from Starknet. How is it going? Hope you're spending, the beginning of a great weekend ahead. First of all, best wishes to all the women who are building on Starknet, seeing that today is the International Day for Women. So, guys, let's get started with our weekly recap of the Starknet ecosystem, and we'll have a lot of things to cover. For example, we are going to mention how the DeFi Spring is going on, as there was the first harvest. Every 2 weeks they are going. The Starknet Foundation is going to distribute some of the 40 million tokens that are going to be given to DeFi users on Starknet, and then we'll also be speaking about some of the major news from the week. There was a launch of a protocol on mainnet. There were also very interesting announcements in the gaming scene, and also in the technical scene. Following the introduction and the announcement of both the Stew prover and the Cairo verifier, and we're going to touch a bit on those technical aspects as well, and then we'll close our StarkStream with our usual Starknet Gaming magazine. So first of all, thanks a lot for being here, and let's get comfortable and be ready for this StarkStream. So just give me some seconds to set everything up. Hello, Starky the Doggo. Hey, how are you doing? Okay, here we are. Well, first of all, I'd like to thank all our followers for an important milestone that we reached this week, as the daily recap of the previous day on Starknet turned 2 years old. So for those who don't know it, we had been doing this kind of week like daily thread, where we simply aggregate the most important news from the day, from the previous day. So it is shipped morning during the European early morning, and it covers the most important news from the day before. And we've been doing it for 2 years so far. And so I remember the first ones that I shipped. There wasn't a lot going on Starknet at the time, and we were very at the early phase of Starknet, and the Stark bridge wasn't there yet, so you can imagine how early it was. And I mean, it's been an amazing adventure and journey. So I would like to thank all of you who like reading the recap, who find it useful, because obviously it's not a kind of very special kind of content, but I think it is quite useful, and it helps people catching up with what's going on in the Starknet ecosystem. And we've been doing it consistently for 2 years, and many people has thanked us for that. We have a lot of frequent readers, so my thank you to all of you guys. Thanks a lot for making this possible. And also, after the recap, also we began doing other kinds of contents, such as this StarkStream, the Star Cafe series, where we shipped like 80, like 80, right? 80 Twitter Spaces in less than a year, and the format is on standby, but I'm considering to resume it. And yeah, so once again, thanks a lot, guys, and once again, also congrats to all the women on Starknet. We also have a lot of female followers, and yeah, once again, best wishes for the Women's International Day. And yeah, let's start with our chart section, I would say. And yeah, we can see Starknet is stable on the fourth place. We saw an increase in total value locked, 1.58 billions, which is mostly due to the increase in price of the Stark token. And we're gonna have a look at that as well right now. But yeah, so far so good. So we have a market share of 4.21%, which isn't that bad. And we saw also Blast getting to top to the number 3 position on the L2Bit ranking. They are optimistic rollup, so they use the optimistic stack. And they I don't know obviously what's going on there, but yeah, I suppose there are a lot of incentives to attract liquidity. And yeah, so let's have a look. Also, I would like to introduce a new analytics page that we are going to use from now on during the first part of the StarkStream. And I'm talking about Growth the Pie. And I'm very happy to announce that they finally implemented Starknet on their page. And I also I remember sending a DM to them to ask them for for shipping Starknet as well among the solutions that they track and that they produce metrics out of it. And yeah, and also when I spoke to them, they were already working on the implementation, so it's not my merit if they are here, but it's merit obviously of the foundation. And yeah, so very happy to see Growth the Pie on also showing Starknet related metrics. You can see they have different sections, so fundamentals, block space, single chain charts. We're gonna see the Starknet one, so some knowledge resources, trackers, and the blog. And we can see that Starknet has appeared in the ranking, and here in the homepage you can see what kind of purpose, what kind of L2 purpose Starknet has. In this case, like general purpose, like in the sense that is a general L2 where you can do different kind of stuff, right? And it is a Cairo VM, so it's not Ethereum virtual machine compatible. ZK rollup, so which makes it different than Arbitrum and Optimism and Base. They use optimistic rollup tech, and they also show weekly active address, which is 340,000 and a half for Starknet this week, which isn't bad, quite good. And yeah, we can have a look also, like first of all at the announcement they shipped. So it was like last March, sorry, last Wednesday, if I remember well, and or last Tuesday, yeah, last Tuesday. And yeah, very happy that they integrated Starknet. And now we are gonna have a look at the single page dedicated to Starknet. In the meanwhile, we say GNGM to our friend out something. Hello. So we can see different metrics. So active addresses, transaction count, total value locked, stablecoin market cap, fees paid by users, fully diluted valuation, transaction costs, market cap, and so on. I still have to learn how to read these charts properly, because I can see some differences. For example, active addresses here. This is about today, right? Okay, there are this is about yesterday, so 7th of March. There were 61,000. Sorry, yeah, 61,000 users. Sorry, addresses, active addresses. We and weekly the metric we read earlier was about I guess the weekly. Yeah, well, was weekly, so it makes sense. There's no mistake there. Then we have like transaction counts. Let me see that. There is not a way to take the weekly figures. Anyway, guys, so we will be reading all these metrics every week at the beginning of the StarkStream. And yeah, if you've not checked Growth the Pie yet, make sure to check our show notes for all their useful resources. We are going to add them very very soon. Actually, I forgot to do it before the StarkStream began, but I'm gonna do it as soon as it ends. So now we can have a a quick chat about the Stark price. We saw I am quite a big increase in the price of Stark, and especially between Tuesday and Thursday, like the price of Stark increased a lot, like around 25% or even more, and it is now hovering around the 2.30 range. And yeah, so we are talking about also like 23 billions fully diluted market cap for Starknet, which is quite impressive. And also the price I think is like recovering also from the FUD that happened during the first days due to also some misunderstanding. And there's still a lot to see in terms of also of selling pressure in the coming months. But also yesterday we saw the first harvest from those DeFi users, and it seems there was some, I think, some minor sell pressure due to that, to the fact that user claimed their rewards, and maybe they sold some of them. And but so far the price is quite stable around 2.30 range. And yeah, I really think it is quite a good price. And yeah, the future will also depend, during a bull market. The future depends also on the biggest coins such as Ethereum and Bitcoin and the overall market, right? So we saw that there is a kind of the market pumped hard during the beginning of the week. Then there was like a sudden drop, right? Like around 15% in in a couple of minutes. That was both up immediately back, and then so the price went up again. And regarding it, we are talking about like 3,800, something like that. And yeah, and then the price stabilizes. There's some consolidation. Generally speaking, I think maybe I'm wrong, but I think the market has to cool down a little bit in order to continue, with the overall bull run. But it was quite prices were and are still, in my own view, a bit overextended. So you know be careful and play safe. And yeah, but regarding Stark, I'm very happy with a price of 2.30 so far. And yeah, let's see how it will look like next week. Okay, let's say hello to Agada Raizo. Hello, my friends. How are you new here? Welcome. Okay, now we switch to the DeFi section. So we had an increase in total value locked on DeFi, also due to, I suppose, right, to the increase of the Stark price. We need to, to say that before somebody, get at us. And yeah, so we have 245 millions total value locked so far on the DeFi protocols building on Starknet. We saw a weekly change of 30% on Nostra, ZK Land, Ecubo, MySwap, Jedi Swap, all in green. Stark DeFi saw a decrease of 16% in their total value locked, and then slightly increase in 10K swap. ICO swap as well, 25% increase. And yeah, and then all the others follow. We saw a 6% increase in hashtag, and also like about a protocol we'll be also covering later on, the Carmine options protocol, which is a very innovative DeFi protocol on Starknet, and they had an increase of 137% in total value locked, because they introduced the ETH Stark options trading pair, and we'll be covering that later on. Let me see. Just hold on, guys. Okay. So the DeFi Spring is actually continuing, despite the fact that the intra quest has been put to standby due to the fact that the foundation and the Interact team wanted to apply some UX user experience improvements, because we're the foundation, as far as I know, received some feedback and they want to implement them. But this doesn't mean that that DeFi Spring is is on standby. DeFi Spring is in full swing, so you will still earn some rewards by interacting with DeFi protocols on Starknet. And yeah, for example, yesterday it was the first day that you could start claiming your own rewards. They are coming from the first batch of rewards that comes from the 40 million Stark tokens that are going to be allocated during the whole season. And every 2 weeks, some of those rewards will be given to DeFi protocols, and they will be eventually distribute them to their users depending on factors that they will also choose. And like for example, on Ecubo, on my public address, I can claim 7.37 Stark. And I remember providing liquidity, the day the Stark token was launched, and I pulled something about 800. Let me see. So I pulled around $800. The day the Starknet token was launched. I think it was still when the price was around $3, something like that. And I pulled around $800. Half on Stark and half on ETH. And now, for the time being, I think my pool is inactive, but I need to actualize it, to update it. But I received around 7 Stark tokens, which is like $14, not a lot. I earned some good fees, so it is actually, the position is in positive territory. And I earned the principal stayed more or less the same, plus the like $14, and then I earned almost $150 in fees. If we take into account the fact that I pulled a value of around $800, is not that bad. Regarding the rewards, I saw many people complaining about the fact that they're not that much. Let's see if the foundation will also apply the foundations and the projects involved will apply some changes in order to reward their users in a fair way. Regarding myself, in this case, to me, I'm quite satisfied. I also saw other positions. It's not a lot, but obviously it depends also on the value that you pulled and stuff like that, and also on the amount of time that you've been providing liquidity. So we can't generalize, but at the same time, I think that this is only the first batch of the rewards. So many others are to come during these 3-4 months. Therefore, we shouldn't worry that much. And let me know how much Starknet token rewards you got, whether you are satisfied with your stack or not. And yeah, but I think that the foundation is working on some feedback that they received during the past week. And we also saw the Interact quest being put on hold for a couple of days, and that's a sign that something is moving. So we we should be optimistic about that. So besides the Starknet DeFi Spring, we also saw the distribution of the Starkfall rewards that were given by the ZK Lands by the ZK Land lending protocol to their users, and they began Starkfall even before the Starknet DeFi started a couple of days earlier, and basically, by supplying Stark tokens to their protocols, you would earn up to 20% yield during the first 2-3 days, and then was around like up to 5%. Obviously, if we have a look at the total value locked on ZK Land, we saw like 44 millions being stacked on being supplied to ZK Lands, and that means obviously that the yield went down a lot, since the first day, and yeah, so if you participated in the Starkfall initiative, you will be able to claim your rewards, and yeah, and this also applies for other protocols such as also Nostra that did a similar initiative before the Starknet Spring began. Going back to speaking about ZK Land, we can have a look at their moon landing countdown. So they also call it on another way. I don't remember. So the blast off to Zend. So they are about to airdrop their token, and they started a series of Twitter Spaces where they are going to explain, how they're gonna do the airdrop, their tokenomics, stuff like that. And I listened to it live, and I was really impressed by, first of all, by the talent of the ZK Land team, and secondly, also by their clear roadmap. They said that the token is also gonna be used for staking, and also in order to ensure security, it is gonna use in a way that is going to secure even more the protocol itself, and in exchange for that, users would get a yield on it. Then they also spoke about that their final vision is to implement um, a sort of a revenue stream for token holders, something similar to what's being proposed by the Uniswap DAO. I don't know if you've heard about it. So they want to create to share some of the protocol's revenue with their token holders. And the ladies at ZK Land, because I was participating in the space where Jane and Emma from ZK Lands, and they mentioned the fact that their end vision, their final vision, is to make the users be part of the protocols 100%, and that also means sharing some of the revenue with their token holders, which sounds very, very good. And I also think they mentioned the total supply of their token should be around 100 million. So it is a low cap, I would say, a low supply tokens. 100 millions is not that much, and for a DeFi protocol. So yeah, really excited to see how they will drop their tokens in the end, and yeah, let's see. Okay, so okay, so sorry guys, I need to stop a bit because there's some guy with the loudspeaker in the in the road. Sorry, guys, for the off schedule, and I had to, to mute my mic because there was a lot of noise, and they were basically, they were like the mobile sellers. I would sell them, the guys that enter in the street with the loudspeaker, and they say, if you need to sharpen your knife, they say like, women, if you want to sharpen your knife, we are here, and this kind of stuff. Anyway, I don't know if you have it in your own country, but yeah, so far so good, guys. And what was I saying? Yeah, regarding ZK Lens, yeah, play with their protocols. Maybe they've not done the snapshot yet. And I mean, for what I can say, the team is really focused. I know them for for 2 years. They're really hardworking, very talented, both on the marketing and on the financial side as well. Really competent. So I'm no financial advice, but I'm really bullish on the ZK Lands project and team. Okay. Another thing that we mentioned earlier is the Carmine options trading protocol. And they finally implemented Starknet options on their protocol. And let's have a look at their announcements. And so, a quick rundown on Stark options. So, navigate market dips with precision, speculate wisely with minimized risk, generates income via premium collection, broaden your portfolio effortlessly. So options are also, I'm not very familiar with that as a financial tool. So make your own research, and maybe you're also more prepared than me in this field. But options are used to hedge, towards some investments that you've done. They also work like insurance, and it is a very complicated financial tool. And Carmine Options, the team behind Carmine Options are doing an amazing job at making also this relatively complex tool being used in a simple way. They offer this to you in a way that also people who don't have a huge financial knowledge, financial education, can still take advantage of it. And so, understanding edging with Stark, embrace Stark options as your financial safeguard, providing a protective barrier for your assets against unpredictable market movements, a strategic approach to maintaining serenity and security in your investments. Transform option selling into a strategic advantage. Capitalize on market stability by collecting premiums on options sold, a method that complements a thoughtful investment strategy in serene market conditions. Stark options, your strategic advantage on Starknet. Embark on your DeFi journey with Stark options as your guide. Your enhanced DeFi experience begins here. So we can also have a look at a small clip. Let me remove. Sorry, let's do like this. Very good. We can also have a look at their website here. By the way, I'm a contributor, for Nine options, such as also for many other protocols in the Starknet space. You should know this, and nothing that we say during the StarkStreams or any other form of financial advice. Nothing is financial advice of what we say, and so you should be careful of everything we say. Obviously, we are very involved in the system, but yeah, we always try our best to cover any project in a neutral way, in the most neutral way possible. And regarding the website, you can see like you have also staking options, so you can provide liquidity to the options pair, and the yields look quite nice. Carmine options are also taking part in the spring the DeFi Spring initiative by the Starknet Foundation, but on a later stage. So I think in 1 month or so. But they're already offering a good yield, especially on the HUSDC pool, around 21%, API registered recorded last week, so quite nice yield. And then the other ones are a bit low, quite relatively lower. And yeah, so they're they're offering some insurance as well in case you want to hedge your Ethereum bet. And then there's also like the traditional, the standard trading. Mm, Okay, there's also like the trading options. Here you can either exercise a long or a short call. Yeah, like call or put it. And yeah, you can find the link to the web page on our show notes. Another DeFi protocol that has seen an increase also on their users and also on the cumulative trading volume is the ZKX trading ZKX derivatives trading protocol, and they recorded a lot of very promising stats, such as like more than 23 k, so 23,000 ZKX accounts created created on ZKX during the last month. So they have this kind of ZKX amount, which is a in-app wallet, as you can see here. This is an in-app wallet. So in this case, ZKX is a sort of L3 on top of Starknet, and you can also deposit some tokens from DL1, so from Ethereum, to directly to the ZKX platform, and then they settle on Starknet. And but for example, you don't have to use neither your Bravos wallet nor your Argent wallet. You have to use their in-app wallet, which has pros and cons. And yeah, so they have two like interfaces. One is a gamified trading experience, which is called OG Trade, and that was the first interface launched by the ZKX team, and you can you can like trade with leverage here. Be careful. And they have different pairs. So far, they have BTC USDC, ETH USDC, Sol USDC, and Stark USDC. And this pair was introduced obviously once the Starknet token was launched. And yeah, they recorded more than 350 millions in trading volume, which is quite remarkable in only a few weeks, because I think they're counting these stats from, actually trading recap from the end of January to the 7th of March. So we're talking about longer than a month, so 1.5 months more or less. But these are very very promising figures. So more than 800,000 trades executed on their protocol, and the most traded asset was BTC. No surprise, right? Also because it is basically the most performing asset in the market compared to its market volume and to its like market resonance and to its market diluted valuation. And seeing BTC moving like 10%, 15% in a day or in a couple of days is remarkable, because that means that they're moving hundreds of billions in a day, and that's crazy. And they also recorded more than 20 million Stark tokens traded. So also the trade, like the pairs related to the Stark tokens, are also very active, although they are only less than 2 weeks old. And yeah, so as I said, you can play with the ZKX protocol on their page, and app.zkx.fi. As I said, be careful. Derivatives is a very and trading with leverage is a very risky thing if you don't know how to do it properly. But at the same time, you can play with little money, with small value. And for example, the OG trade interface, it is basically it runs on half an hour windows, and you can either short or go long. They call it like here up and down. I like this way of just simplifying everything for users who are not used to DeFi protocols. Like up, it means you are betting on the token. Down, it means you are betting against. And then you can choose your leverage. And you can play on the OG Trade interface every half an hour. The best, it's nice and fun. The best and the worst performers, the worst traders, the best and the worst traders of the half an hour would receive rewards in ZKX tokens that you can see here. See, for example, I also earned 72 ZKX tokens by playing in the OG Trade contest. And also, I think you can earn some stocks depending on the amount of tokens that you trade during this half an hour window. So it is fun, and it is risky and fun, but obviously take your own responsibilities and do it with consciousness. And yeah, then we can see also they have you can check eligibility, because you can already check eligibility if you're an Ethereum users of some DeFi protocols, as stakers as well, if I remember well. And there are different categories, like open to traders and contributors in Ethereum, open to ZKX early contributors and ambassadors, open to OG traders in DeFi, open to real users of crypto. So I suppose people who use the DeFi protocols and the derivatives protocols like GMX. If you are GMX users and you run into ZKX today, make sure to check if you are eligible for their airdrop. That you will be able to see, I think, very, very soon. For the time being, it is not available, but yeah, you can check eligibility for that. So we can deduce that the ZKX airdrop is not far. Any consideration, guys? So let me show Starky the Doggo's message. Waiting for Denkun to do Spring Quest. Yeah, we are everybody, I think, is waiting for Denkun for different reasons. The main one is that they it's gonna lower the fees exponentially and dramatically, and we are all waiting for that. So Denkun is happening on Wednesday. And it is very cool because it's also going to be broadcasted by Nethermind during the Stark London event that is going to take place next Wednesday, and we'll be covering it later on if you're considering to go there. And yeah, so they will hold this kind of live stream where they will comment also their implementation on their Ethereum node, because Nethermind has also a node on the Ethereum N1 and also on Starknet with Juno. And yeah, so really excited for next Wednesday, and we all need some cheaper fees, guys, because they are going nuts, obviously, due to extreme congestion on the layer one. For the time being, I think you would pay depending on the actions, but around $3-5, which is still still a lot, guys. And yeah, but things should improve very very soon. Sorry. And yeah. Hello, Sam. Hey, how's it going? I'm Sam from Hito Ventures, if I remember well. And they will definitely be present at the Stark London events. And yeah, so guys, make sure to attend the Stark London event that we'll be covering, in a while. So stay tuned. And so we switch to another big DeFi news. This is a big news. And Nostra Finance announced that they're working on a staked a liquidity token related to the Stark token. So to the Stark liquid staking token. And it is called Nostra Staked Stark. And at first they called it staked Stark, but I think there were some kind of critics also, because it is a product of Nostra, so it doesn't represent the foundation or the whole Starknet community. So it is important to show that. And yeah, but by the way, I mean, congrats to the Nostra team for shipping this for starting to ship this protocol. It is not sorry this token. It is not live yet, and we can read their announcement. So Nostra is deeply committed to aligning with Starknet's vision for a permissionless and cooperative network. Following constructive discussions with the Starknet Foundation, we are taking significant steps to ensure our contributions positively impact the Starknet ecosystem while maintaining clear and transparent communication with our community. And that's always welcome. And so they changed the name and the ticker, as I said, to better reflect our distinct identity within the Starknet ecosystem. We are updating our liquid staking tokens name to Nostra Staked Stark, so nstSTRK. This change highlights that Nostra Stark, we can call it Nostra Stark, is a Nostra products, reinforcing our commitment to clarity and distinction in our offerings. nstSTRK is not issued by Starkware or the Starknet Foundation. It is the Nostra liquid staking token for Stark. This distinction is crucial for public understanding and our shared goals of transparency and cooperation. The Foundation and Nostra share a common goal to see the Starknet ecosystem flourish. We're excited to continue our collaboration, exploring innovative paths forward and contributing to the success of Starknet. We appreciate the Starknet support and guidance in this process and are excited about the future of Nostra. This update marks not just a name change, but a reaffirmation of our shared commitment to the Starknet community and the broader vision of Starknet. So very, very good. And we are gonna see some more news in the near future about how the Nostra Stark liquid staking token will be structured, and when they will start implementing it on their lending protocol and so on. So stay tuned. And back to our friends Sam. Yeah, is also like part of the Argent team, because also like Ishto is the I would call it a sort of accelerator, right, for projects that are building on Starknet. Forgive me in advance if I say some mistakes, Sam, but yeah, they're doing a great job together with Argent to spread innovation and also advise and tutoring for those projects which are building on Starknet, and then maybe need financial and legal advice, and also to launch their own tokens and stuff like that. If they need marketing advice and all these kind of things that accelerators do. And so we wish them good luck with that, and hopefully they will help a lot of projects shipping their dreams on Starknet. And seeing that we are speaking about Stark London a lot, I would say that we can already cover it. Let me look for it. Okay, should be around here. Okay, So Starknet London, as I said, is happening next Wednesday, and it is being sponsored by the Starknet Foundation, Starkware, Argent, and Voyager. Both Argent and Voyager are based on London in London, and yeah, so we'll be seeing a very interesting event where there will be a lot of talks and panels around the whole Starknet community, the ZK tech advancements that have been doing that are being doing in the coming months, and also like some updates I suppose on the Stew prover, on the Cairo verifier, also because Herodotus, the project behind that worked on the Cairo verifier together with Starkware, is also based in London, and you're gonna experience a lot of interesting topics and talks, and yeah, so tickets are on sale. There are still some tickets available. Make sure to go to their Luma website and grab your own Stark London ticket and enjoy the vibe. I also heard that there's gonna be a huge party once the conference ends, so make sure to attend the event if you are in London, or if you are planning for a city escape, if you live like in some more, I would say outskirts of Europe. This is definitely a huge opportunity to enjoy a London trip, and have a look at all the projects building on Starknet, and chat with with some also VCs if you're a project or a founder building in the space, and also like chatting with all the founders and all the players that are building on Starknet, and also with the foundation. Okay, so let's go back to our standard program. I think we got here. So the Bounty protocol shipped their mainnet early in the week, and so Bounty. Let me analyze it quickly. So Bounty is a decentralized no-loss price savings protocol on Starknet, and basically they like it is a sort of raffle. So I don't know if you remember, like it was called, I don't remember the name. It was the first like non-loss lottery protocol on Ethereum. It was guys, help me reminding me of that. It was I don't remember it anyway. uh like this is a sort of protocol that allows to raffle like on lending positions, I suppose. So you deposit on ZK Land, for example, and by depositing on ZK Land, you would be eligible for a raffle. Okay, this is how I understood that Bounty works. But you know what? We can have a look and try it on our own. Okay, we can deposit some Stark. Minimum deposit, so 10 Stark. We can deposit 10 Stark. So yeah, as I said, the gas fee is around $5. Transaction refused. How's that? No, actually it went through. So account. Let me see. Sorry, guys, I'm playing with this live. This is the first time I use Bounty. So the transaction went through, so we should be able to see our position, but we can't see it. Okay, guys, unfortunately, I'm not able to show you how it works entirely. But yeah, let's move to the next news. So we are starting with our technical part of the StarkStream, and yeah, we're gonna begin it with some explanation around the the Stew prover that was announced during Starknet Denver, Stark City Denver last week. So Stew will scale Ethereum to new peaks. So Circle Stacks mark a breakthrough for stack proofs. Also, Circle Stacks to sum it up in very simple words, it is a sort of new also Stark's subtech of the Stark stack, I would say, and they are applying some improvements on the ZK Stark's tech, and these tools are gonna be used and be leveraged by the Stew prover, and this will power will enable more efficiency, speed, and scaling while building and using Starknet. And it is also an open sourced prover, which is always great to see. So math-wise, the traditional Star protocol had limitations on the prime field, which impeded various use cases. In 2022, our team overcame these. Our team as Starkware. So these limitations with Starks over elliptic curves overcame these limitations with Starks over elliptic curves, but we want more efficiency. So enter Circle Starks 2024. This elegant simplification unlocks the efficiency of the Mersenne prime field M31 and consequently facilitates blazing fast proving. So very hard tech here, guys. And what's you got for normies? So for us, unmatched proving performance for users and builders alike, enhancing the Starknet ecosystem with cheaper transactions and seamless integration for developers. Moreover, the proving technology is available for any applications in the ZK sphere. And while it's being developed, our battle-proven store prover, responsible for over 1.2 trillions in cumulative trading volume, is here to level up your app chains, dApps, and dreams. Cool. And yeah, we also if you want to learn more about the tech behind Starknet, I really suggest you to follow this series from Starkware made by our friends Starkians. And he's been doing these very cool educational resources and the contents for both devs and users. In this case, they're now he's working with with Starkware, and he's been shipping this tech series about Starknet technology, Starknet tech stack, and it's got to the 5th episode of this series. So you can you can watch all these clips on the Starkware's official Twitter page. And for example, in this one, he covered how Starkware is paving the way to Ethereum's future using the sharp the sharp I don't want to make any mistake. Sorry, now I have a sort of glitch, and sorry, using the sharp proving system, okay, that takes a program executions and outputs a star proof. Okay. Then another tech topic that I like to cover is the Cairo verifier. And for normies like us, for people who are not very technical, like myself, at first you could get confused between a prover and verifier, because it could look like similar, right? So the difference between the prover and the verifier is that the prover is the entity or program that creates the cryptographic proof, while the verifier is the entity or program that checks the proof's contents. So there are tools that participate in the same proving process, but they are slightly different tools. And the Cairo verifier was introduced also last week at Starknet Denver, Stark City Denver, and it is being prepared by both the Herodotus and the StarkNet team, and yeah, they've been doing a great job. And this Cairo verifier will help projects leveraging the L3 concept. So this will apply improvements like the Cairo verifier will empower L3s that are building on top of Starknet and settling on top of Starknet, and this will provide these projects building L3s on Starknet with faster executions, faster provings, faster and cheaper proving processes. And this is very, very bullish for the whole app chains scene on Starknet, which is going to explode in the coming years, I would say, because it takes time also to further develop the tech. But we are already seeing uh, not paradigm, it is paradex, L3, the first L3 that deployed on top of the Starknet L2. They're already doing amazing volume, an incredible volume, especially like last week when trading was crazy due to the high like volatility and so on. But in the coming months we will see a lot of projects shipping, also hopefully enterprises shipping L3's protocols and projects on top of Starknet. And both the Stew prover and the Cairo verifier will play a pivotal role in the L3 scene. And if you are curious about the Cairo verifier, you can watch this sort of community call that Starker held with the Herodotus team last week. And yeah, I'm gonna link it in the show notes. As I said, I'm gonna add all the links once I finish the StarkStream. I didn't have time, unfortunately, before it started, but I'm gonna add it as soon as we finish it. So let's finish our tech part with the Gizathon winners announcements. As you know, in the past months, Gizas, which is a project leveraging artificial intelligence using ZK powered machine learning models, they they run their first hackathon called Gizathon, sorry. And yeah, it's basically was about creating and bootstrapping projects using the Giza's Orion framework that helps you building machine learning models and proving them on Starknet. And so we can see like first place in top AI action goes to Mass Masters predicting CryptoPunk prices. And yeah, so Mass Masters developed a model to predict CryptoPunks prices using historical sales data, attributes of the NFTs, a time feature, the NFT's floor price, and features extracted from the NFT pixels. Quite cool. So this tool helps you like forecasting the price of CryptoPunks. Quite cool. So second place in top AI action is awarded to forecasting interest rates in DeFi. The machine learning model predicts compound V2's dynamic supply and borrow rates to optimize decision making for both lenders and borrowers. Very, very cool. We are going to see a lot of artificial intelligence models being applied to DeFi, and the DeFi protocols are going to use them a lot. I think that there are already some experimentations also beyond these gigatons, hackathon. Yeah. By the way, I'm going to be faster from now, guys, because we are already on the hour. And then most innovative ZK AML use case, first place, go to crypto price prediction by Peter Kagwe. This project implements cryptocurrency price prediction using a feed-forward neural network verifiable inference. Very cool. The most innovative ZK AML use case, second place, Care Compass. The project focuses on constructing verifiable medical care projects to improve diagnostics and treatment plans for inflammation-related conditions. Oh, this is very cool to see, guys. So we are seeing ZK techs and Stark, Starknet also related tech, being experimented on fields that also go beyond crypto, right? For example, in this case, with a model that creates diagnostics for medical purposes. Then best Orion contribution, matrix lineage, and matrix statistics traits by Ash Molly. A vital enhancement to the Orion ecosystem, the matrix lineage trait provides functionality for solving 2D systems of linear equations, useful in fields like physics and engineering. The matrix statistics trait offers statistical operations on matrices, beneficial for analyzing relationships and in data assets. So, guys, this is quite cool. As I was saying, as you know, also as you saw in the overall crypto market, AI projects are going ballistic, I would say, and obviously there's a lot of speculations. There are also like this kind of meme AI coin, AI meme coin. So you need to be careful. But also seeing some organic innovations here on Starknet makes me very, very bullish on the whole space, as long as there is fundamental, guys. So as long as you see serious people working on this, it's not just saying, we're launching, we're launching a project, with our token, and they're launching immediately their token. Most of the time, guys, the most serious projects, they launch their tokens at a later stage. First they ship, first they show the investors what they can do, and then they ship their tokens. When you when you see a project like shipping their tokens from day one, there's something wrong. There's something, I would be careful. It would be a meme coin, basically. So be careful. And but however, to sum it up, a lot of innovation coming on the Starknet related AI field. We're gonna see a lot of projects coming up in the coming months and years, because we are speaking on a year horizon as well, right? So we already spoke about the Stark London event, and we remind all of you guys who are in London to attend the Stark City London edition happening next Wednesday. But we're also going to see two other Starknet events happening in Asia at the end of the month. The first one happening in Taipei, so in Taiwan, March 22nd. And then the second, because there's also going to be, I think, Taiwan or Taipei, right, during the week. And then we're gonna see Stark Seoul during its Seoul at the end of during the last week of the month. So if you're in Asia, if you're in Korea, Taiwan, make sure to attend these Starknet events. So we can now start with our Starknet Gaming Magazine. Guys, I just ask you for 1 minute so that I can drink and I can breathe a bit, okay? I will play some music in the meanwhile. Some banner. No. No, this one. Okay, I'll be right back, guys. Here we come again, guys. So I'm gonna go very, very fast for this Starknet Gaming magazine, guys, because I need to prepare launch. But yeah. So first of all, we start with let me remove the banner. So let's start with an announcement from the banners team. As you know, they're from the Loot Realms community, and they were going to do their NFT, their banners NFT collection drop this week, but unfortunately I wouldn't say unfortunately, I would say that they made the wise decision to postpone it due to sum it up, due to very high gas fees. So they care about their users. They want their users to spend as less as possible in gas fees. And they said, look, guys, let's wait for Dencun to happen. Let's wait for times when gas fees are low, so that everybody can take part in the drop. And yeah, so just to let you know that, and the reason why the banners NFT drop didn't happen last week. Then, guys, if you're into on-chain gaming, especially if you're a gaming dev, you need to read this majestic article by a lot of a few core contributors at Loot Realms, where he speaks about also the a new approach when it comes to on-chain games, which is called substitute the kind of play to earn narrative. There was like the first generation gaming narrative powered by blockchain, Axis, that kind of stuff, and replace it with a narrative more known as provable games, in the fact that you use blockchain technology to make games better, more powerful, while at the same time also giving the opportunity and also the choice, to their user, to their players, to have also a kind of skin in the game in terms of financial gains and rewards and stuff like that. But in the sense that we're gonna use, in this case, the on-chain gaming engine Dojo, for example, the Katana sequencer, to make good games, very cool games, and in this article by Love, you will see what it means in details. Very long articles, and also he explains why we should bother with provable games, why should make an effort, and it takes also RuneScape, the RuneScape game as like an example of comparison, and how would RuneScape look like on chain? Why would it be better than the off-chain version, and so on. So make sure to read this article, because I just read it before this StarkStream, and it is really really worth it. So a new game also entered the RAM's world, autonomous world, and it is paved. It is a strategic on-chain tile laying game that is powered by the on-chain gaming engine Dojo, and they're also following the example of they want to replicate the experience of a board game known as Carcassonne, and yeah, this is this mid game, I would say. This is so in real life game, and yeah, they want to create something similar but on chain. So yeah, they like they went out of their stealth phase, and I heard wonders from them. So really curious to see how. Really curious actually to play with it. And let me see. So they're opening their public alpha later this week. So I don't know if they shipped it. Anyway, yeah, you can check their Twitter space. Sorry, their Twitter page, and check their public testnet. Yeah. The public testnet is gonna be launched very soon, and yeah. So for this news and all the other news related to RAMs, to the RAMs autonomous world, as always, I suggest you to read the weekly newsletter by the Herald Collective. They are very active members of the Loot Realms community, and they ship their a weekly recap of this autonomous world ecosystem each week. And you have to subscribe to their newsletters if you want to find out more about the Loot Realms, and always keep always be updated and stay up to date with everything that happens in this very fascinating autonomous world that the lootrealms.world is. And they're shipping a lot of things every week, so sometimes I also miss some things happening there. But yeah, definitely subscribe to their Rams to their Herald's newsletters. Okay, let's finish our Starknet on-chain gaming magazine with Influence. As you know, they launched the pre-release version last week. We covered that in the previous StarkStream, and they also started doing some clips in order to help users play the game, some tutorials. And in fact, in this final part of the magazine, I would like to redirect you to some resources that can be of immense help if you're playing with Influence, because it is a super beautiful game, but you need to study, a bit in order to enjoy it at its full. Okay, let me. Sorry, guys, I forgot about the music. Okay, so as I was saying, there are a lot of very useful resources that you can use to play on Influence. First of all, these clips that you can find on the Influence Twitter page. Then there's also some tutorials on both the Influence YouTube channel, but especially here on this channel by this guy Gnarly Narwhal. He is like a very savvy player of the Influence game. He's been in the community since a very early stage, and the first tutorials he did were like 2 years ago, where Influence was starting to be to be built. And yeah, it shipped once the pre release, so the public testnet was released last week. It shipped these 2 tutorials to help you out set up your own crew on influence, your own warehouse, and how to play the game. So yeah, you definitely subscribe to its YouTube channel, and have a look at his tutorial. There's also another one that I'm gonna include on the list in the show notes in Spanish if you are Spanish speakers. And I actually follow this one as well to play on influence, and it helped me a lot. And then there's also another thread for the Spanish speaking community if they want to find out more about influence. Okay, guys, it took us a while to ship the StarkStream today, but I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks a lot for watching. We'll see you next week, and enjoy your week, relax, and make sure to share the Starknet vibe, and see you next time. Bye, guys.